welcome to another episode of Festive Beaufort. Today we are at the art market at the Coastal Discovery Museum located at Honey Horn. There are over 100 artists here, some from right here in the Low Country, and others are traveling from out of state just to be here. So we're gonna get to talk to some of the artists as well as some of the attendees and the food trucks, and not to mention we're gonna check out some beautiful art pieces. So come along and let's check it out. We are right here at the entrance and we have some live music over here, really light and subtle, kind of setting the scene. We have some food trucks for whenever any of the attendees want to grab some lunch. And the doors opened 5 minutes ago and people are just drawing in. This is a very popular event. So it's great to see so many people want to come out here and support the art. So we're going to kind of do a walkthrough. We're going to get a little bit sense of the layout and all the tents. So follow me. So one part about this spot is it is a gorgeous layout. There are trees lining with the Spanish moss just hanging down, which, you know, it's a perfect representation of the Low Country. So whenever you first walk back towards the market itself, it's a beautiful scene. All you see is the trees, all of the tents, and then you get to walk through and see many different mediums of art. There's painting, jewelry, there is, you know, different types of like ceramics. There's just so many different mediums. So anybody out here can find a piece that they want. And even if, you know, you might not know much about art, it's a perfect opportunity to learn and find something that you may like. We have a lot of landscape art, a lot of beach related art. That's probably going to be a pretty common theme because a lot of people come to the area and they get inspired by what they see around them. Just like this. This could be an absolutely picturesque view, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any art pieces that kind of have the similar type of view on it. As we make our way in further, there is some jewelry. You just kind of keep flowing along. We've got some photography and prints. Some more landscape painting that takes a bit of a different kind of approach. I think it might be more like an oil painting type. More jewelry. There's a lot of jewelry, and she's from right here in St. Helena Island, so right here local to Beaufort County. Got some ceramics over here. Oh, we've got some unique birdhouses that look like real life houses. Birdhouses with history. That is really cool. That's unique. I wouldn't have ever even thought about that, but they really are beautiful. And I think each house represents a different historical home or a house that had, you know, some type of history behind it. We keep going in further. There is some more landscape artistry, and then we've got some fiber baskets all the way from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Let me tell you folks, that's not a close drive to come all the way here. So obviously, this is a great place to be. We've got some art made out of different types of wood. A lot of like bowls and stuff. Got some more clay and ceramics. This one actually has some plants with it, which for all you plant lovers, it's great for succulents and different types of cacti. So that kind of leads us to the end of that little row. It kind of opens up a little bit more with, you know, just tents all over the place. And you can keep on walking. Like I said, there are over 100 artists here. So there's just so much opportunity. Got some more clay and ceramics. And then more painting over here. And then we've got some t-shirts and fabrics over on this side. Different colors, a lot of blues and pinks, which is really pretty. And over here, it's under the fiber category, but there's purses, hats, handbags, all kinds of stuff. And then there is mixed media, which there's some paintings, there's some houses, different elements. Over here we got bracelets. And then you kind of get over to this section, there is some more fiber art, and then it kind of breaks off back here behind me, and there is some fabrics, some pillows, some jewelry, and even more like hand-painted art and mixed media. So you don't have to stay exactly on this little path. Break out and check out every single tent that it has to offer. But we are going to continue down this path. Got some more clay and ceramics over on this side. And as you keep on going, you'll see there is just everywhere. Over here, a lot of blues used within the paintings. Landscape, boats, water. On this side is sculptures, and then it looks to be there's some cutting boards and some benches, some woodworking, a little bit of everything. These are actually two different ones, but they are almost look like they're combined, from Hardyville, South Carolina, which is not too far right up the road. And then as you keep going, more landscape artistry, some fabrics and fiber, some very beautifully colored shirts. And then we've got some mixed media over here, and it looks like everything is like butterflies and inside of glass. Those are really gorgeous, really cool. It's a little bit different from what we've seen before in some of these other tents. Over here is some painting, as well as some books, as well as pillows, all hand painted from right here in Bluffton. So beautiful. And these all, you know, they use these a lot of color in theirs. As you keep going on this side, there is some metal as well as some baskets, handcrafted jewelry, and it just goes all the way over there. So although there is kind of this path here, it's not perfectly aligned because there's so many different places that you can go. You can definitely find something that you want. Over here, some more painting art. And then on this side, we've got some ceramics, some bowls, clay, all hand painted, it definitely looks like. Right here we got more art, but they also say that they can do portraits, they can do pets, and we even have a live painter right here. Some very nice painting. Here we got some mixed media. It looks like they use different types of stones to create photos and pictures. And it's more minimalistic, but I think it tells a story. Right here, wildlife art. It says that these are acrylic paints, but they are so good and detailed that it looks almost as if these were photos. So realistic. It's kind of hard to believe that those are paintings. These are awesome, from Batesburg, South Carolina. And as we keep going, we have some artistic glass work. All of these ones are on glass, of course. A lot of that landscape painting, the ocean, lighthouses, stuff that you're gonna see around here. Here we've got some more wildlife painting, a lot of different types of birds, sea turtles, type of stuff that you're gonna see here. Here we've got some wood carvings and art, like this beautiful pelican right here. And right here, this one right here from Port Royal is the bus shop where she likes to do all of her art outside of this bus. This place is a store in Port Royal where you can go and you can check out all of this art. They always have like scenes that are local to here in Beaufort and here in the Low Country. A lot of it is kind of a bit darker set, maybe some storms. They also do painting lessons through the month. So if you are ever wanting to try your hand at anything like this, this is a great place to go. Like I said, just right over there in Port Royal. And then there's not as many, this kind of is the end of our little path here, but it continues to spread all the way over through here. We got some stuff for outdoors. Looks like some handcrafted decorations. There's like colorful mushrooms on the ground. There's different like insects, and there's even some flamingos. So some stuff if you're looking for some new yard decor, you can come out here and find it. But like I said, they're filling up quickly, so a lot of people out here checking it out. As you go this way, there are more fabrics from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Some jewelry designs, some more landscape artistry. And this is kind of where we were seeing the wide over here. This is just a closer look at a lot of these paintings. This one's a little bit different. It's wood, but there are little benches, chairs, maybe even some side tables. So these ones, if you're looking for new pieces of furniture for your house, you can find that here. But as you keep going this way, these ones are photographs that are printed on very large prints. These would be perfect for a home. You know, they are just huge, like huge photos. They are beautiful. These would be some great prints to go in somebody's house.
How are you doing today?
Doing great, how are you? And as you go over this way, there is some more. We also have some artists doing some live work out here, and I think that's great. You get to kind of see the work that these people are putting into their craft and all the hard work that they've done to be able to come out here, because this really is a great opportunity, some great exposure, and you know, you get to talk to new people, and hopefully some people that come out here get to learn some things about art. So over here in this area, we've got some mixed media art right here. It looks like there's some soap dispensers, some stuff for your homes. There's bowls, a lot of glassware. There's some magnets. Over here, some more painting. These ones are from Mount Pleasant, so a lot more Charleston based, if that's kind of where you're from. Some more mixed media here. Got some birds, a lot of owls, eagles, stuff like that. And I think we saw this one, but coming over here, there is some woodwork. You can get some cutting boards, some things for your kitchen, maybe even a charcuterie board. Over here is some different types of jewelry, some earrings, some necklaces. Hello. And then some beautiful throw pillows if you're looking for something like that. This is a 2-day event, so it's a Saturday and a Sunday, and it lasts several hours, so there's plenty of opportunity to come out. Some more jewelry over this way. And then from Ladies Island, we have some glass work. They are using a lot of different colors and stuff. And a popular one right over here, some beautiful handmade purses and handbags. If you're in the works for a new purse, you might as well get a handmade one from somebody from Asheville, North Carolina. Then over here we've got some mixed media, but it is more wall artwork with different things such as, you know, sea turtles, different birds from the low country set on there. And then for our Ohio State lovers, you can even get a little Ohio State with a Buckeye leaf in it. Ah, I love it. From Sydney, Ohio, there we go, coming all the way down here to Hilton Head with their metal workings. And then we got some more mixed media over here. And I think we've just about seen almost every tent. There was so many of them and so many opportunities to come out here and check it out. So I'm excited to get to talk to some of these artists and get a deeper look. So we are here with Kayla DeVito, one of our Beaufort locals who has the artist bus. Can you tell me a little bit about the bus and kind of where you got this idea and where it came from?
Yeah, for sure. So we renovated the bus about 7 years ago. We previously had attended festivals with tents and things like that, and kind of realized it was a little bit of a hassle to set up a tent over and over, especially when you're doing as many festivals as we were doing. So we decided to renovate the bus and turn it into a full walk-on retail shop where I began selling jewelry and my artwork. And now it's become a huge part of our business. I think a lot of people recognize Melvin the minibus is his name, so a lot of people recognize Melvin, and he sits out front of our store whenever we're not taking him to festivals. So
Has this made the process of going to the festivals easier?
that's a tricky question. It has, because setup is so easy, but it's also a little bit more difficult because we didn't realize that a lot of people don't realize they can walk on board. And so whenever we have the doors open, we have signs that say "come on in" and that sort of thing. But a lot of people just walk right by because they don't realize there's a full retail store on board. So it's made it a little bit trickier, but setup is a lot easier. So.
And what kind of work does it take to get ready to come out to festivals and stuff like this?
It takes at least a few weeks of work, usually about a month. We do all of my G-clay printing in store. We have a full print shop, so we spend weeks packaging and printing and signing the authenticity cards, especially the original artwork as well. It takes a long time I am an oil painter, so oil paint takes a long time to dry. So it's a process of a few months of that worth of work just to bring like a handful of paintings. So it's a long process, but worth it.
And obviously, you're right here in Beaufort County, over in Port Royal.
Yes.
For anybody watching from Beaufort, what would you like them to know about your store, your art, anything like that?
We have a full retail store, like I mentioned, that is also kind of an art gallery. I paint there as well, so it's an open art studio. You can come see me at work. My mother-in-law actually makes leather goods, and she has a studio inside as well, so you can come see her at work. And then a third of our building is actually dedicated to studio space for classes. So I teach classes as well, and I teach anywhere from 5 to 6, sometimes 8 classes a month, and they're all geared towards beginners, people who've never painted before. All supplies are included, and they're pretty popular, so we have a lot of fun with those as well.
How did you start this business? It's
Oh gosh.
it's been super popular. I've came a couple different times and just checked it out, and I've been thinking about doing the classes. So,
Yeah.
how did you really get your start?
I actually started when I was 23. I started a wholesale jewelry company, and I would hand make jewelry and then sell it to retail stores across the country, and grew it from just a handful of stores in Charleston to stores across the country, and even some in different countries. And then from there, I realized I really liked the retail and wholesale side of things, so I just kept at it. And I had never painted before, but during COVID, when we were all locked down and depression was at an all-time high, I started painting just from YouTube tutorials, and really got into it and found that was kind of my new goal in life, was just to be an artist and help others discover their passion for art as well. So
Yeah, and you've mentioned doing other markets. How many of these would you say that you do?
we kind of scaled it back since we have our retail store. We used to do anywhere from like 20 to 30 a year, and now we do about 10 a year with the bus.
And so, why do you choose to do this one here in Hilton Head?
This is actually my first time here. So
Oh.
I have applied before in the past with my jewelry, and I was declined a few times. And then I applied this year for the first time with my art, and I was accepted. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We hope you have a very successful arts market.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just that we love Port Royal and we love Beaufort County, and thanks for the support over the years.
Of course. Well, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Kayla. And we will check out some other artists. Now I am here with AJ, who has a bit of a unique type of art. Could you tell me a little bit about it?
So I'm a homeschool high school senior, and so what I do is I got into entomology and stuff like that. So I started searching for different bugs. Some of them we have from Africa and China and all around the world, and I store them in jars and preserve them.
How do you do this? What's the process like?
Process for I guess some beetles and butterflies and moths, I have to rehydrate them. So I'll have them shipped in, and I have to open up the beetles' elytra, spread out the wings, rehydrate the moths and butterflies that are closed, and that could take a 6-month process sometimes. So they have to dry
Wow.
for a long period of time, and and then I preserve them and store them for dry split.
Well, you brought a lot of different pieces out here. What is it like kind of packing all these up and traveling with them to events like
It's
this?
a lot. It's a lot of bubble wrap. It's a whole lot of bubble wrap, but the whole haul in itself, it's a lot of boxes and bins of just all of them. It's a long process, but this took me about maybe a week of setup to prepare for.
And you're a high school senior,
I am.
and you're already this talented. That truly is amazing. Is this your first time here at the Arts Market in Hilton Head?
First time here, yes.
So why'd you decide to come out here?
I got recommended by the Fine Art Show. I guess one of the workers and stuff recommended to come out here, so I did. And yeah, this is my first, I think, like more so professional type show that I've done.
Really?
So I've done small markets, like farmers markets and stuff like that a lot. So this is my first big show.
So what are you really looking forward to being out here?
I'm looking forward to meeting like-minded people. Like we'll sit and have long conversations with people about how they collect small little trinkets of bugs and beetles and stuff like that, small collections.
So do you work out of a studio, or where do you store all of your jars?
This is all on my shelf at home. This is what I have currently. I am looking forward to getting like a small pull trailer and stuff like that to have air conditioning and stuff where I can store and I can work and stuff like that in too. But that's futuristically.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's kitchen table.
And if you find some success out here at the market and success in the future, are you going to want to do like more art markets and reach out and expand?
Yes, ma'am. For this, I really don't want to go to college, so this has been like a huge, major door open, blessing from God, and this is what I'm going to hopefully do full time.
Well, it's very unique. I don't think anybody else out here has anything like this. So you've got that going for you, and it's gorgeous. So congrats. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about your art or the market or anything?
Thank you. Nothing too crazy much. I mean, I draw these stickers and stuff like that. I do enamel stickers. I drew the designs for my t-shirts.
Oh,
That, but it's got information about the bugs and.
so you can draw and paint as well as this. Wow, I can't even imagine. Your stickers are super cute. I'm a sticker girly myself, so I love a good sticker. So, well, thank you, AJ.
Thank you so much.
We are going to talk to some more artists. We are here with artistic husband and wife, Callie and Ken, who both have different types of art styles. So can you guys both, one by one, tell me what types of art you do?
All right, I do the stone art. I collect stones and do the stacked stones and inukshuks, which are Inuit in origin and used for markings and trail markers and that sort of thing that you find along trails. And so I've taken that art and run with it.
I'm a woodworker, so we do mostly custom furniture, a little bit out of reclaimed wood, barn wood, and also a lot of stuff with just live edge furniture.
So where did you get obviously you got it from being out on trails, but what is the process of putting these together?
We find the stones on the edge of Lake Huron. We collect them from the shoreline, and then we stack them. I make sure they stack and stand without any pinning or anything. Then I pin them because they're going to be in people's houses, and you don't want them to fall apart. But that's for the stonework. For the wood, we collect the wood in different. We have some property that we collect the cedar. We do that ourselves. The base of the black walnut table, we actually rolled that rolled the root ball out of the woods and cleaned it up, and so a lot of the wood is found wood or reclaimed and that trees have fallen and.
Or if we find nice pieces from wherever, there's a source in Oregon where we can get walnut or locally and reclaimed wood from old barns or old restored homes in maybe Savannah or Charleston. If there's old heart pine that we can reclaim and use that, give the wood another life.
So how long have you been doing this?
Forever, long time.
Really? How did you get into this?
He has an architectural background,
So I have an architectural background, but I just enjoy working with wood and building, being creative.
And is this your guys' first arts market here in Hilton Head?
No, we've been here 3 years now.
Really?
Yeah, we just find the quality of the art here is you can't beat it. It's
It's a good
beautiful
show.
stuff.
What is it that brings you guys back aside from the quality of art?
Great number of people come through, and we get a lot of custom work from people that want certain size table, different type wood, and
Yeah, it's a beautiful area to be.
yeah, and under the trees,
Under the
and
oaks,
it's just beautiful.
It's a good weekend.
Have you guys found a lot of success in the past being out here?
We've done well.
Yeah, we have. We've done really well.
And do you guys go to any other art markets or just this one?
We only usually do a couple a year. Up at sometimes if not here, we're up in the mountains of maybe North Carolina.
Mhm.
But other than that, we pretty well just come.
This is our main
This is our
show.
locals.
And do you guys do art like full time, like you have a store, or is this kind of just a side thing?
It's more custom.
It's I do it as a side thing. I'm a landscape architect, so I do just self-employed and do landscape.
Well,
So, take it away, doing landscape.
it's really cool you're able to turn kind of what you already do into beautiful pieces of art. It's very fascinating. As someone who not very artistic, it's very fascinating to see what so many different people are able to do with their creativity.
Right.
Is there anything else either of you would like to mention?
I don't.
No, just
We're local, so you can look us up on the internet.
yeah.
Rover Outdoors.
Yeah, we love
Rover
Yeah, we
Outdoors?
love creating different pieces for everyone. Has a different taste and a different need in their home. So a lot of what we do is custom and just different from job to job, client to client.
Well, thank you guys, and
Thank you.
it's exciting to see.
All right, thank you.
We are here with Anita from Florida. Could you tell me a little bit about your art and how the process of making these are?
What would you like to know?
Just kind of where do you get the designs?
Most of my textile are from different designer fabric, Kravitz, Calamandra, East Out. I try to look for unique fabric, something you don't find in the store.
And then you create pillows.
I buy the fabric and I make the pillows,
And-
table runner, placemats. I also do drapery, but I don't have them in the booth. But this is what I do for the shows.
And what's your process of making these pillows?
It's a hard I cut and sew. It's a different process for everything I do. So it's
Every different
very-
size and shape.
shape and size. The table runner, it's a different process. The placemat's a different process, and I get my creativity by looking at the fabric, and then I go from there.
And you kind of decide
What
what
I
you
would
think.
make, if I see the fabric, I say, okay, this is perfect for a table runner, and I have to keep up with the decor trend. What color would use and what sell more to the other show, because I travel a lot. I do other shows in different states, so I got to keep up with the trend,
Yeah.
designer trend.
I was gonna say, what brought you here to Hilton Head
Oh,
specifically?
I love Hilton Head. I've been coming here for like 6 years now.
Here to the market for 6 years?
6 years. Yes.
Really?
I love it.
What is
Very
it about? What is it about this one that brings you back?
The people and the atmosphere, everything. I love everything about it. I enjoy doing this.
How far did you come to get here?
I travel for, it's about 4.5 hour drive.
And what's the process like of packing everything up? And you said you go all over the country.
Usually here is a Friday setup. Some shows, different promoters, it's a Saturday setup, but I got here this morning. Usually I do a Friday setup, but then I did it this morning. It takes me like about 2.5, 3 hours to set up.
Really?
Depends. Some morning could go very fast, and some days depends on the body.
Yeah. And what's the farthest you've ever traveled to go to a show?
Ooh, I would travel like maybe 20 hours.
Wow.
I go from state to state, the Carolinas, New York, New Jersey, Chicago, not Chicago, Michigan, Pennsylvania, wherever.
Wow.
But I love doing it. I love traveling and meeting new people every day.
Yeah, all over the place, and you get to
Yes.
sell your beautiful artwork.
Oh, yes,
So,
I do. Yes, I enjoy it.
yeah,
And make people happy.
that's amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about the market, your art, your pillows, your fabrics?
No, not really.
Well, thank you so much,
I think
Anita.
it's self-explanatory. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for coming to Hilton Head, and we are happy that you love it
to
here.
be here.
Yeah, thank you.
You.
All right, we are here with Timothy, a fellow Buckeye fan who does some metalwork. So, can you tell me a bit about your art and the process of making it?
Yep, certainly can. I start out with just raw material. This is a sheet of copper that contractor would go to a building supplier and buy to make gutters out of. I just do my artwork with it. So I take the sheet of copper, instead of letting machines stamp it out or a laser computer cut, I do everything by hand right here on this brick with the flame from the torch. So I handheld and I melt the images, everything you see here, out of the sheets of copper with high heat. That high heat and the brick is what changes everything to the red and orange color that you see in the copper. And things would stay that way. A few certain things like the Ohio State Block O's, OH, I leave red and orange. Anything else, it's after it's cooled off, then I can go back over the copper with a lower controlled flame and bring out the blues and purple colors. So that's how I put scales on the fish, or put the little swirl on the bottom of the cubs, putting feathers on the owls, the face in the moon for the wolf to howl at. Then everything gets sprayed with a clear coat. That's why you don't see tarnish on anything. So everything stays looking the way it is.
How long have you been doing this?
Since '93.
How did you learn how to do this?
I lived in Seattle where I worked for corporate Little Caesars. I met a guy that did this. We were friends for years. Never dreamed I'd be doing his art, but he showed me how to make those leaf sprays there, the little swags, Thanksgiving of '92.
Wow.
And I decided I was going to do this, quit my job in '93 and been doing this since.
So do you live here in the area, or do you still live in Ohio?
I actually bought a motorhome in '95 and been living in one since. So my mail still goes to my hometown of Sydney, Ohio, but I'm only in Ohio in the summer. Actually, it's my last show in the South. I'll be Delaware, Ohio is my next show up north, and I'll be there till September.
And what brings you to the Hilton Head show specifically?
Because I've always done the Bluffton show. And people that bought from me there, a lot of them from Hilton Head, told me I needed to try this show here, that this is a really good art show also. Because that's what I do. I do juried, prize award art shows.
Is this your first time being here in Hilton Head?
Yes, it is for this show.
And what do you think so far?
It's awesome. It's a great venue. I love it. We've got lots of room here to spread out, nice little path, lots of great art here. Lots of great art.
And can you tell me a little bit about your fountains you got here? How did you figure out how to get the water going up? And
Well, it's just a simple little process of getting the water to the top and letting gravity get back down. So all my fountains are self-contained. You actually just fill your base with water, plug your pump in, and they just recycle their own water. As you see, they do not leak, splash, or drip. So what people will do, especially with these little guys here, because you see they are not attached to the base. They just set right down in their copper bases. They'll take them out and run them in the backyard in a bird bath all summer.
yeah.
Or a terracotta bowl. Then in the winter, they'll bring them back in the house and set them in their base and run them in the house all winter, especially up in Ohio. And when the heat kicks on, it acts as a humidifier.
Really?
You know how dry it is in the wintertime up north.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it acts as a humidifier. That's why they run them in the house in the winter up north. So, but yep, that's the thing with the fountains is just putting a little lip on there to give the water. It's like pouring juice out of the juice container. Need a little spout. Where ceramic ones or rock ones, they don't really have a water direction. The water just kind of everywhere, and you kind of get messes.
That's fascinating.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention about the market, your art?
This is a great place here. There's lots of people that showed up, and they were 10 o'clock. They were ready.
Yep, they were coming right in.
Coming right in. Yeah, like I said, and Hilton Head's always such a great area. It's always such a great area.
Yeah.
I always joke with everybody because there's so many Buckeyes here that Hilton Head is the new capital of Ohio.
That's what my coworkers say. So, yes, I totally agree.
Come on down.
Yeah, keep on coming. Keep on coming. You'll find us everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. Hey, I come walking out of a museum in Florence, Italy, wearing my Ohio State shirt, and all of a sudden I hear from way across over, OH, and I'm like, what? In Florence, Italy? Yep, IO.
We got another one
We got
right
one
over
here too.
here.
Awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you
great.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Timothy.
Yeah, pleasure
And
meeting
your
you.
art
Yeah.
is fascinating.
I
So
sure do appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thank you. You guys have a great day today.
You too.
Bye.
We are here with one of the food vendors, Gloria. Can you tell me a little bit about your stand and what kind of food you're selling?
Yes, we do sell egg rolls. We called it lumpia in the Philippines, and we do sell rice noodles, and we call it pancit in the Philippines, and steam bun, and pork in a skewer, and pork belly adobo.
And you have a restaurant, correct?
No, we do have a small Asian grocery store in Beaufort.
Oh, and then so you just come out and do events like this?
Yes,
And why did you decide to do the arts festival?
because I do the regular Tuesday market here, so the admin asked me to if I want to join. And yeah, I think my customer loves our food, so why not?
It looks delicious.
Thank
First
you.
of all, have you found some success so far? We're getting a little bit closer to lunchtime here. Do you think it's going to be a great opportunity for you guys?
Of course.
Is this your first time here at the arts festival?
Yes.
Okay. And how's it been going so far?
Good. Very good. Yeah.
Great.
Hopefully until till the festival ends, the service good.
There's only a couple of food trucks here, so
Yes.
that's really great exposure for you guys. And how many events would you say that you do?
For now, this is my first one, and the Mayfest. We're gonna do the Mayfest first.
So is this like a newer restaurant or?
No, we just do this like selling food every market, but hopefully, soon. Maybe soon we're gonna have a restaurant.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and your food looks delicious. Hopefully you have some success out here.
Thank you. You have a good day.
I am here with Elizabeth from the Coastal Discovery Museum. She is the director of exhibitions. So Elizabeth, can you tell me a little bit about your role in all this and what you do here for the arts market?
Sure. So I do all the exhibits in our gallery, but I also do the art market because it's, in a way, another great big exhibit. And so I put out the call to the artist. I basically do all the stuff with the artists. I put out the call to the artists. I deal with them. I work to jury in the pieces. Then when they come, I work with them. Lots of little problems can come up, or just getting them settled, making sure they have a great show. And then I also, I have a partner in crime here, Sherry, who does all the sort of licensing side and all that kind of thing. So I don't really do that. Yeah, we set the tone for the market. We pick the artists, and that's kind of it's the overall thing. It's a lot to do a big market, so we work hard leading up to the weekend and all weekend.
Speaking of it being a big thing, how early do you start preparing for this?
We send out the call, so artists have to apply by January for this market at the end of April. I send out the call in September, so really I get a 2 months maybe where I'm not doing anything related to it, and then I do the new call. I send out to, of course, artists who have exhibited here, but then lots of people, I get tons of phone calls in the month before of people interested because they've seen marketing for it. So we always are increasing our list. We send it out to them. We take some of the paper applications around to some of the arts places here. But it's a national market. So while we do have some great local artists, we have people who come from much farther, Michigan, Ohio, New Jersey, all over, and of course the Southeast.
We've got to talk to some of them so far today. So we basically asked them all, why you come here? And they were like, well, it's a great market. It's beautiful. This is the biggest one you've had so far,
It
correct?
is, yeah.
And it's growing every year.
I don't think it's gonna become, I mean, this is a good size, so we still like to keep it intimate. We always want to ensure that our artists have good sales. We wanted, this is a big fundraiser for the museum, but we want our artists to do well because our art market is successful based on the great artists we have. So if you get too big too quickly, you know, it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
The more people who come, the bigger you can get. So we certainly have a great big field, but I would say we're at 103 this year, and I think that that's like, I'm not sure I would go bigger for the time being, but we were at 88 last year, so that's a pretty significant jump. So
And do you help decide which artists to accept? And
I do, yeah. I mean, I'm a curator. I look at art all the time. That's what I do for my job, and I've done it for decades. So I do a lot of the jurying. I also, if there's specific artists that I'm maybe not sure about, I'll reach out to people I know to help with that jurying process. So.
yeah, I was gonna say, can you give me a little bit more about what that process is like and kind of what the criteria is?
Well, first of all, they all have to make their own work. So, and we want to see really original work. Like, I get a lot of jewelers applying. So you have to really have your own look, and I have to be able to see, or jewelers who I talk to who help me, I have to be able to see that the methods you're using are real jewelry methods, right? You're a real jeweler. You're not beading for fun. There's a lot of effort that goes into that. So part of that is also they have to submit images. They have to submit a booth image. We can tell from the booth image if they're like experienced. Sometimes I take a chance on somebody new who maybe hasn't done a show before because their work is good. But in general, these people are all really experienced. They do the circuit. They go around to shows, and they can prove, that they're experienced. And so with each different medium, you want to see the quality. You want to see that they're selling originals. There's no they can't sell other people's work. The artist has to be here all weekend. They cannot have somebody else come for their booth, and then having a nice balance. So the thing is, if I have, I'm just going to use a random number. If I have 30 jewelers apply, 29 of them maybe are fabulous. I can't take 29 of them. They won't sell. So you really just have to narrow down to the number that's the sweet spot. And I tend to follow the guide of like what we've always done. And then each year you talk to the artist. How did they do? Too many, enough customers, not enough customers, that kind of thing. So
It's a lot leading up to
It is.
the market. So what does during the market look like for you?
Crazy on Saturday morning, and then just if people are having any issues, but there's always something that comes up, just issues that happen. We also throw a party for the artists on Saturday, which I do that. I'm sort of in charge of that. So really Saturday is very busy. I kick over to the catering side of things and getting all that prepped on Saturday. Sunday's a little bit calmer usually, as long as the weather is nice. So, I mean, last year we had a very windy day on Sunday that threw, a wrench and everything.
Yeah.
But this weekend looks fantastic. So I think tomorrow should be calmer. And then I usually shop on Sunday. So that's
Great.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to mention?
No, just that people should come out. It really is. I mean, I can't express. I get so excited when the booths start getting set up and I see the work, and it really I'm like, wow, this work really is great and very diverse. So I just encourage people to come. It's such a fun event, and there's definitely lots of things to buy. So.
Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth, and thank you for doing everything to get this art market together. And that's going to do it for this episode of Festive Beaufort. We were so honored to be able to come out here and cover this. And if any of this looked interesting to you, this is a yearly event. So mark your calendars and come on out next year here in Hilton Head Island Coastal Discovery Museum. So thank you.